Okay. Going to run through the rest of the, why does the name escape me right now? The rest of the, Undead Settlement, but first I'm going to... I believe I already got a level up from Yule. Yes, I did. I have a Dark Sigil in my inventory. Basically, when you talk to him, he's all like, "Oh, thank you, Champion of Ash, for letting me gaze upon this wonderful flame." And then he's like, "I can help draw out your true strength, as those granted by the dark side are very special." And, if you talk to him... Oh, give me a second. Okay. Back here. My parents were chatting about something while they were eating, so I just very politely closed the door to the basement so that there wouldn't be any noise pollution. So anyway, if we go over here to Yule and we go to purchase items, he only has Rings of Sacrifice. But if we talk to him...
As I have said, I was once a sorcerer. Alas, the magic of Londo is a far cry from the wonders of Vinheim. But I can teach you what I know. Perhaps, more importantly, I believe that I can help tease out your true strength. We pilgrims of Londo are keenly aware that those branded by the dark side possess something quite special. Be safe.
Anyway, though, I like starting out as the, what is the class? Cryomancer, because you start out with almost as much intelligence as the dedicated magic jobs, like the Sorcerer, but you start out with as much intelligence as some of the, other sorcery-type jobs, like the Aeromancer, for example, and I wouldn't mind trying out Aeromancies. So I decided to pick this guy so I can get access to a wide berth of magic. Basically, what I'm going to do for my stat spread is I'm going to go 25-25 in Intelligence and Faith starting out, which I'm getting close to already. And then from there, I'm going to increase my Intelligence up to 50, leave my Faith where it is, and then maybe augment it by 2 more points each so that I can get 57-27, so that I can utilize all of the sorceries that I care about. And also utilize dark magic if I so choose. Zone created by the Druids, a group of mages from Vinheim who developed a branch of magic. Viewed as heretical, these spells, based on their design, allow for druidic initiates to call forth lesser creatures, as well as affect a new energy. The essence of life itself. Fascinating. And part of me feels that this may not be the best idea because it would be unoptimized for a pure magic build, but at the same time, I think I can make it work. Worst case scenario, I'll just, for right now, I'm just gonna dump all of my stats into magic to just do what I need. So I'll just pump all of it into intelligence, make that into 27, put what's left into faith, and there we go.
Farewell, Ashen One.
And if I look back at my stats, I will have 29 intelligence and 20 faith because I have the Blood Guard gear on. I like the Blood Guard armor. It increases your dexterity, strength, and... I mean, not your dexterity and strength. It only increases your dexterity, but it also increases your faith and intelligence. which is very useful. There are other kinds of magic that armor that give you a similar buff. For example, the Witch Hunter's armor increases your strength, intelligence, and faith. So already I'm getting close to the stat threshold that I need for intelligence to use all the magics that I care about. And then from there I'll just put all the rest of it into intelligence. Once I reach 27 faith, that is. So here I am back at the settlement. The reason why I'm here is because I want to get a special... I want to get a sorcery tome here. I also got this magic from Yule, not from Yule, from Vort. It's called Frost Form. It covers you in frost, and when you get close to an enemy, they'll gradually take frost damage. So you're going to see here. Nice. And that howling was the wolf. He's here to warn the boss of the area, Archdruid Caimar, of our presence. Okay. Just going to heal now. And I'm going to see if I can get this to work as I need. Yes, I can. That's good. The reason why I'm popping this magic here is to show you that these... Oh, Holy Tome of Kareem. Nice. The reason why I'm popping this magic here is to show you that the, corpses here, they periodically respawn. Stop that. What are you doing? Shoot the worm monster. There we go. And there's a treasure up on a corpse here that will come in a lot of handy for this area. The torch. The torch in this game is actually a pretty usable weapon. If you have it on, it kills any of the maggots that the maggot men or maggot monsters will spew on you, so that comes in handy. Some of these corpses will erupt into full-blown maggot monsters, and if that happens, just use the torch to burn them, or use your Pyromancy flame to burn them. Down that thing goes. I think this one is one of the ones that, yep, goes into a full-blown maggot monster. The maggot monsters are a bit stronger than your standard corpses. They do a bit more damage, but they're still weak to fire. So I say, whenever you're in this area, have the torch out, just to distract, burn, and take them out. Okay, and now I am just going to go through here, get this body which has the cleric set. There are some valuable shinies up here. There are also some maggot monsters. Again, with the maggot monsters, just burn them before they have a chance of killing you, and this one decided to grab onto me and eat my face. I'm flattered, but I don't enjoy non-convor fetishry. It's dangerous is when the little maggot monster grabs onto you and starts eating you. When it comes to shinies here, one important one is this tome, Morian Scroll. I missed. Spotty here is the Great Scythe. Great Scythe is an okay weapon. I personally prefer the Evangelist Axe. It doesn't, like, the good thing about it is neck swipe, it's weapon art. If you hit an enemy with it, it stuns them because it deals a headshot. But the Evangelist Axe just deals more damage, has a lower stat threshold to use it, and it gives you more poise per attack, so I think it's the more useful of these weapons. Wolf here again. I may attempt to fight Cathedral. I wouldn't recommend it at this point though, because I am nowhere near powerful enough to beat him. This door connects to the rest of the commune. There is an Outrider Knight there. I will take him out using my dark magic. As the Outrider Knights, even though they use frost magic, and in this mod frost is associated with dark, they're still weak to dark. Didn't drop anything. Sometimes the Outrider Knights can drop the gems associated with your weapons. They can drop sharp gems and dark gems. Something is getting into some fighting over there. I think it's the what are they called? The thralls fighting some of the villagers here. Still managed to throw her magic at me. Just make sure to move in a weird, like, C-shaped circular pattern to avoid it. As I said, the villagers have negative poise, so my weapon takes them out easily. There's a thrall here. Thrall armed with a greatsword. Said greatsword is the Flamberge. That's one weapon that I could acquire. It's a moderate good weapon. Luck elixir, nice. There is a crab down here. I'm gonna see if I can get it with poison. Let's see if poison mist can affect him from down there. Don't think it can. No, it can't. Another commune worker with a gigantic urn full of material. Just gonna char him before he has a chance of affecting me. Over there is an NPC, Battle Mage Eden. Apparently the thralls in the area were fighting her. And that explains all of the enemies losing health here. The thralls put up a good fight against Eden, as you can see. Eden puts up a good fight against them also. But the good thing about the thralls against Eden is, well, what would be a good thing about the thralls going against Eden is that they can knock her ass with a lot of damage. They can basically knock her over with their weapons. And they're evasive enough that they don't have to worry all that much about getting hit. Down goes Eden. From her is a scripted drop, which is the Ferocious Drake Staff, I believe it's called. Let's take a look at it. Ooh, I got killed by a thrall. There's another path over to here from the bridge, so I might as well show you. Just go down to this aqueduct, and from there you can get everything you need. I am going to use Poison Mist because there is a settlement worker with a giant saw back there, and this magic is excellent against them. You may notice my presence, but the poison should take him out. See if I can hit him with the strong attack of this thing. No, I can't. Yes, I can. I just couldn't hit him through the wall because I wasn't close enough. Bam! This weapon is almost game-breaking with how powerful it is. First chance I get, I'm going to upgrade it. Now then, down here, there are going to be some rats. And a giant rat. Giant rat's moderately stronger than her smaller offspring, but they're still weak to fire. And if you kill the giant rat, you will get a guaranteed drop for the first time of the Bloodbite ring. Very good weapon, this ring. It completely nullifies bleed damage. Sometimes the rats drop soul items. Over there we have the Caestus. A simple fist weapon, they're just strips of leather wrapped around the fist that you use to protect yourself from punching enemies. Okay. There goes one undead marker. Now for the other one. Let's see if I can knock him off of that ledge. No, I can't. His poise is too high for that. Going to heal to avoid dying. Bam. Bam. And if I hit him another time, that should do it. Nice. Now for the thralls up here. They're going to be a real threat, because they can shoot darts at me. Those darts are pretty deadly. Makes sense for the thralls being thieves and prisoners that they'd be more perceptive than your average zombie. Should have done that to begin with. Did I get my souls back? I think I did. Anyway, this building is where I want to go. Over here we have Homeward Bone. Over here we have Egon of Kareem. Let's chat with him.
Another one of those unkindled, are you? All you faceless undead, behaving as if you deserve respect. No matter. Heed my words. If you've any sense, you'll go find a coffin to huddle up inside. You here, in this land of hollows. You're like a frail maiden on the front lines. If, like the others, you're fool enough to play the champion, then go on ahead. Traipse right past the abandoned church. You'll face death. And it won't be pretty. Enough death to leave you broken. Time after time.
Yeah, Egon's a bit of a dick. So, this building has two elevators. This one here goes from the bottom floor to the top of the tower. Right here at the top of the tower, you will find a giant, and if you make peace with him, he will only attack the enemies and not you. That's why I sprinted past the area with all of those villagers.
Who are you? I help any time.
This giant was shooting his gigantic spear-sized arrows at them. Anyway, over here you're going to find a Covenant and a body with Ferocious Sage's Covenants. Let's take a look at it. Increases casting speed by 20 while worn and enables the collection of storm debris from enemies. Nice. And over here is the Ferocious Sage's Covenant. Reduces FP consumption, increases physical damage, and increases max FP. That could come in handy. The weapons here are pretty cool. He has a storm curved sword, the Divine Blade, which I think is from Demon Souls, and the Tailbone Spear. More importantly are the spells he has, like Stormfront. Stormfront is broken. That is all I need to say about it. Lingering Dragon Crest Ring here. That increases the effect of spells. I think that would come in a lot of handy for something like my Poison Mist, so that I can just breathe poison on everything in the vicinity. Now then, there were scaffolding up there, and if you were to jump off while the elevator was moving up or down onto that scaffolding, then you could reach another section of the Undead Settlement, where in vanilla it would take you to the, it would allow you to start Siegfried's questline. In this version it just takes you to an area where there's a giant grue, as well as some other grue. You take them out, and you just continue on your way. But there are also some spell tomes in the area. Well, the dead on that body. And that gate connects you to the Catacombs of Carthus, which I will take in a moment. Not at this moment though, but soon. Hollows here. An evangelist who kills me instantly. Nice. More importantly, there are some remains there that I want to get. That weapon looks awesome. The Morian Spear. It's a pretty cool weapon. Wouldn't mind getting my hands on it. Okay, so for her, I'm just going to spew poison in the area. Hopefully she runs into it. With this hollow, he will sometimes set himself on fire. Okay, good. She ran into the poison. That means there's less for me to worry about initially. So, okay, let's see if I can pepper her with some dark magic. Well, the poison eats away at her. There we go. Retrieved souls. Now, Mortician's ashes. And this way leads to the Undead Settlement. I'm gonna go this way, just to try out the area. And for weapons, I would like to use Irithel Straight Sword, but I don't have the requisite stats to use it at the moment. I can use the Demon Spear. Does that make me too heavy? No, it does not. Excellent. So the Demon Spear is a spear. It was originally only in Dark Souls 1. Not very powerful, but its weapon art is kind of cool. It lets me throw a javelin. I might as well show it on this guy. How did that miss? How is that missing? How is that missing? Maybe it's bugged? Come on. Throw the javelin at him. Why is that? Let's try it on him. Okay, why is this missing? Okay, that one. That time it hit. So yeah, those Undead Settlement workers, as part of their moveset, they will set themselves on fire. They will try to run into you and kill you, but thankfully, if you run in a circular / serpentine pattern, you can easily avoid their attacks, as I did. Lightning Gem, which is something. I am not a fan of this. I'm gonna go back to my Eagle of Light. With my abnormally high intelligence for this point in the game, it should be able to do significant damage to enemies here. My dark magic also does significant damage. There we go. Okay, now over here there is a crab guarding some pieces of Titanite. And the crab drops moss fruit. Okay. There was a hollow over here, but I killed him. Chaos Bright Bug, that increases your fire damage and fire defense. A reference to the Bright Bugs of Dark Souls 2, where upon consuming them it increases your damage resistance and damage dealt to enemies. Which is pretty useful. There are snipers all over the place, so I'm going to take them out. With fire magic, of course. There we go. Another sniper passed here. Let's take him out. Sacred Idol. For this guy, I'm just going to swipe at him with my axe. Hopefully bleed his sorry ass out. There we go. Managed to get bleed on him that time. I thought I killed him. Do I have anything here that can allow me to heal? No. Looks like I'm going to have to just be careful with my Estus then. I will pop an Ember. I should have gotten the bell from Grey Rat. The Corrupted Priest Chime is pretty good for this area. Evangelist here. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to try to clean house and then come back up here to get whatever valuables I can. Because there is a particularly valuable shiny off this cliff. I should have also crafted some prism stones to check to see if I can come down here properly, but I neglected to do so. Great. Ah, damn it, he exploded on me. That's why I wanted to run in a serpentine pattern, because these guys only run in a straight line, so if you're able to strafe past their attacks, you can easily avoid them without getting killed. I believe that woman there is Manhunter Mildred. Yeah, that's definitely Manhunter Mildred. Getting a phone call. The phone call was a telemarketer. So, okay. Another settlement worker. Let's see if I can poison him. Yes, I was able to poison him. That's good. Like I said, poison is very useful for this area. Do I see? Oh, wait, I do have the Priest Chime. I'm stupid. Okay, time to keep the Priest Chime on my offhand for heals, because I can do this with it. Anyway, the poison's just gonna eat away at that guy, so I'll just resign him to his fate. And there are some enemies here that are deadly. Not the beetles, but the, giant werewolf-looking bastard behind the beetles. Come on, hit him. There we go. Yes. There we go. Okay, those two drop shinies. Hopefully those are some good shinies. I should have some pine resin here. Let me use it. Because the lycanthropes are weak against fire. They're also susceptible to bleed, considering that they have skin that I can hit with this. When they do that attack, it's pretty dangerous, but like I said, this thing gives me good poise, so I can easily just poise through his attack and continue hitting. Blessed Lightning Tome on that corpse. Some pine resin. And an essence gem. That's the big thing I was looking for. Some sacred idols on that body. Now we just continue up. Hopefully that, hollowed out settlement worker died from the poison. I don't think he did. No, he's still alive. Barely. Damn it, he killed me. Oh well. Well, I do have the Ferocious Scroll, so let's see. Do I have any sacrifice rings on me? No. Of course I don't. Could try using some blood miracles. So for right now I am just gonna run past these dingbats. Of course she still hits me. Like I said, I'm just gonna run past everything here. Thankfully, if you hit these guys while they're doing their whole fire attack, it'll stun them. And keep them from burning me, so that'll come in handy. I'm so glad I moved out of the way of that. Spearman up here, gonna... Whoops. I was gonna say... Hit him with... Hit him with magic, but I have the wrong spell tool on. Okay, took out that marksman. I'm gonna take out this one here. I did forget some shinies in the area, so let me see if I can get them. Okay. I just need to take this beefy boy out. There we go. I need a heal, so I'm gonna do that. Honestly, the better thing I should have... One thing I should have definitely made through the alchemy crafting should have been some, what are they called? Some packets of, some like pouches of Carthus Rouge so that I could use them. Okay, her attacks just barely can't hit me. That's good. So I'm going to back up a bit more just to ensure that they still can't hit. Marvelous! From this distance I can hit her, but she can't hit me. The range that these spells have are obscene. Got an Estus recharge. Sounds good. Oh, there's a Manhunter Mildred. She's a full flesh and blood human, so she doesn't have any special, like, poise. Oh, she does have a special poise buff, okay. Here we go. Now that she's down, I can get the Butcher's Knife from her. Don't have the stats needed to use it, but it's a fascinating weapon either way. See if I can poison mist this guy. Yes, I can. Still have 2 embers, so I might as well pop one. The lycanthrope is still active, so I'm going to go over here and see if I can take out the lycanthrope. Slow down, but you know, that's perfectly normal. This is a pretty graphically intensive game, even on low settings. And especially with all the extra shit running around here because of the mod, even more so. Oh, got some storm debris. Okay, gonna go back to using this. And let's see what kind of damage I can get using the black firebombs on these guys. Pretty good damage. See what I can get with the normal firebombs anyway. Okay, took him out. Should definitely have popped poison frost worm. Okay, I'm pretty sure that guy's still alive, so I'm gonna see if I can poison him again. Nice. Well, now to just let poison do its thing, and by do its thing, I mean kill him. It's like that whole meme of like, what do you think, Wackus Bonkus? And then the axe is, and then the hammer's like, kill him. Okay. Now, I was gonna say, I can survive his onslaught. There we go. Got some storm debris from him. That'll come in handy if I want to buy ship in the Ferocious Covenant. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to clean out the Undead Settlement workers here. Even though these are priests from the Cathedral of the Deep. Okay, now which way is the... Okay, so here's where I was. The path that I want to take is down here, then. Okay. There are tons of Corvians in the area, so I recommend you be careful. Broken Manacle, meaning that the giants are here. Okay. Corvians. Forewarned Corvians do not have a place of their own, and so wander the world looking for community. Little do they know that they've never found any because the people of Lothric are a bunch of racist assholes. Their whole thing is that they sometimes grow out giant avian wings and then they run around in a frenzy and attack. Titanite Shard and Sharp Gem, and more importantly on this body is the Corvian Great Blade. Excellent weapon for this point of the game. It's a straight sword that deals bleed. It's moderately powerful. Starting equipment of the why is their name escaping me? Of the Blood Priest. Very good weapon. Has moderate damage, can bleed. I believe Morn's Ring is up here. Let's try out Frostworm on these beetles. Bronze Axe, okay. I think Morn's Ring was something I already acquired. No, it wasn't, so then where is it? Okay, so that ring is somewhere around here. Don't ask me where that somewhere is, because I currently do not know. Though I will find out soon enough. Damn it. I refuse to die to these things, so I'm just going to run past here. I'm going to heal. As much as the poultry heals from this bell allow. Which isn't much, but it's still something. Okay. Okay, now I'm going to try and nuke this guy. I don't think he can suicide bomb me like the other ones can, but still good to try and take him out nonetheless. There we go. Critical hit from an explosive, always good to see. Twinkling Titanite pieces that I really should use to upgrade some of my frickin' equipment. Some more bloody coins, those are always good. Okay. What kind of damage does that axe do? It deals physical, so it's a blessed weapon. Traditionally wielded by war clerics. So a reference to the weapon Crescent Axe. I think the ring I'm looking for is up here. Let's see. Brigand set. Brigand daggers. Morian's ring, there it is. It increases lightning damage. And the Brigand axe. Lovely. Now I'm going to light the bonfire, run back around, and get a ring in this area. And the reason why I'm getting the ring last is because I don't know if the platform that... Basically the way it works is there's a cliff with a platform. You drop down to the platform and there's a ring. The ring is the Silver Cat ring, which nullifies fall damage. But then there's another platform underneath it that looks like it's a normal part of the scenery, but I think it's off of the level geometry. And when you fall to a section that's too far removed from the level geometry, it's basically treated like an insta-kill. Anyway, here's the giant tree. I can get stuff from him. Only thing I'd really be interested in is the Black Knight shield. There's some pretty good stuff here, like the Giant's Great Bow, Herald, Curved Great Sword. Basically, this is the Strength Covenant. Decline of the Giants from that body, which is the Covenant. I think it increases weapon damage and allows me to get Giant's Manacles from enemies. Let's take a look. Overall weapon damage power increased by 5% enables the collection of broken manacles. Yes, it does. Okay. And since I lit the bonfire, now all I have to do is just get that item. And I'm going to pop a Homeward Bone to return to the shrine with all the stuff I have in tow. And now that I have the Mortician's Ashes, I can use them to... Where the hell am I going? Since I have the Mortician's Ashes, I can access the shrine, the grave site with a Necromancy Tome, the statue of Velka, and the Thap ring. The ring is actually called the Ring of Favor and Protection, but the Dark Souls community has decided to acrosticized it to Thap. If you're wondering what an acrostic is, it's kind of poem where you take the words of a letter, split split them up so that the letters of a word, I'm sorry, words of a letter, what is wrong with me? So yeah. I'm not dying here, so I'm just gonna torch this guy. There we go. Soulfists. They're fists that have a human soul in them. They deal raw magic damage. They're the starting weapon of the other joke class where you start out with no weapon. I think they're called like the Forsaken? Or the Forsaken Soul or whatever they're called. Anyway, the ring that I'm looking for is down there. Yes, it is. Okay, so I'm going to make sure that I'm fully healed so that I don't take immediate fatal damage when I walk off the platform. There we go. Ember and the Silver Cat Ring. I'm not going to try the Silver Cat Ring's effect here because I'm worried that the platform down here, that section there takes me off the level geometry, so I don't want to risk it. Although, who knows, maybe it won't. Let's find out. I have a feeling it is. No, I survived perfectly fine. Okay, so I guess before I just took too much fall damage to survive it. Okay, and it leads me back up here where the lycanthrope was. Groovy. One reason why I like the Dark Priest so much as a starting class is because the Dark Priest starts with this sword. Infused with dark, but, you know, they still start with a straight sword that deals raw bleed, has good damage, and a freaky weapon art. So here's the weapon art. It's called Corvian Stance. You go into stance. Standard attack with right bumper lets you teleport, dash in front of the enemy and slash. Heavy attack has you teleport, jump into the air, and stab. And what makes it so good is that these attacks can be chained. So now I'm going to rest at the bonfire. Going to go back to the shrine. The White Mist is one weapon that I want to try out. It's a frost katana. Normally katanas deal bleed, but that one deals frost. You get it from the Icy Covenant in the Painted World of Ariandel, the Necromancy Covenant. Okay. I don't know why the Firekeeper always looks away from me. I know she does that when you give her the eyes of the Firekeeper and she's like ashamed of considering not following through with her duty. But I don't know why she always does that now. Maybe that's an oversight on the developer's part. Maybe that's a reference to how she always knew that the Age of Fire was a farce, and so doesn't want to continue with it. Well, enough pontificating. Let's get some more of the... Let's get some more armor from Vyasa here. Let's go with... I already have the gauntlets, so let's go with the leggings, breastplate, and the helmet. Might as well show what this looks like. Honestly, the Bloodguard armor looks sick. Wearing it increases your dexterity, intelligence, and faith. And it makes you look like a freaking bloody Terminator. I love it. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to, level up my weapons with Andre here. Let's reinforce this up to... I can bring it up to rank 5, which is pretty good. The Rapier I can bring up to rank 4, which is also good. Part of me's tempted to try that with the Greatsword. This just needs normal Titanite shards, so okay. Each Katana also needs normal Titanite, so why not bring that up to rank 3. I don't have enough dexterity to use it, but I may soon enough. And when it comes to special weapons, I want to bring this up as high as possible. Rank 3 is good for the Evangelist Axe.
Pretty, be careful. I don't...
Let me get the other magic tomes in the Undead Settlement, and then I will level up. So there are different ways of getting the Undead tomes, and I forgot to give the ashes. Let me give the ashes before I do anything else. Wait, what's this? I don't have enough strength to use it. Not the end of the world. That's what the Vanguard armor is for. Oh. This sucks. Is it because I don't have enough strength or enough dexterity? Don't have enough strength, naturally, to use it. Got it. Okay, easy way to fix that. Vanguard armor. Or I could get some of the Witch Hunter's armor. The Witch Hunter's armor gives you basically conjugate boosts to the Bloodguard armor.
That wouldn't interest me.
Here's Carla, she's all like, my dark arts wouldn't interest you, would them? And I'm like, yes, they would.
You're a wicked one, aren't you?
She has a whip.
Very well. Humans are of the dark, and you are no different. Some may avert their eyes, but the truth remains the truth.
Indeed it does.
Be careful, though. Few humans are privy to this knowledge.
Tragically so.
Let it be a secret, kept between you and I.
Okay, let's buy some items from her. Mainly pieces of the Bloodguard set. I do like the way the hat looks, but for right now I'll just go with the gloves. And maybe the boots.
Do stay.
So the Witch Hunters is basically the opposite of the Bloodguard. One increases your strength, the other increases your dexterity. So let's see what this looks like with the Witch Hunter's boots. Looks just fine. Now I can use this without a problem. And that's one thing I like about this mod, with the fact that that a lot of the armors give you stat boosts. You basically have free range to mix and match however you choose. And the good thing about that is it makes it easier for me to use other kinds of magic.
A pleasure to make thine acquaintance.
Here's the handmaid.
Ashen One.
She's crusty, but awesome.
I am but a humble handmaid of the shrine. Weapons, armor, trinkets, and spells. I've lots of little things to ease the burden of a weary traveler. And yes, I'm undead too, but not so charitable as to give my goods away. Ashen One, fetch souls and bring them to me, as is thy way.
Anyway, I'm gonna give her the Mortician's ashes. The description of the ashes say that they belong to a resident of the settlement that made a living out of preparing and burying the corpses. Giving them to her gives you access to the, what are they called? To the charcoal pine resin, because the Mortician would put flaming pine resin in the corpses to burn them so that they don't come back to life. As shown by the sheer number of undead in the settlement, it didn't work.
Gracious, let this. I only hope these new wares content thee.
Anyway, with it, she can get windswept pine resin, more importantly the grave key, as well as some new weapons like the Thrall's Axe, which I may try out. It's an axe that deals bleed damage. Could also get the Falchion. It's a curved sword. I'm gonna get the Falchion and try it out. Let's maybe see if I can sell her some stuff. Okay, looking through my armor. The Northern Savage's gear sells for surprisingly high, at the very least its headgear does.
Ashen One.
Anyway, now to head back through the settlement. Let's take a look at the spells I have. Considering that I have the bell on, let's try using Dark Miracles. Now from here, I'm going to go to the Dilapidated Bridge. And I'm going to use the aqueduct to run through to the other section of the settlement, and I forgot about him. Okay. Let's try out our miracles. Dark miracles do dark damage and bleed buildup. They also cause a tiny bit of health loss upon casting. Let's go with Intelligence and Faith and do some pretty good damage. So the Grave Key is used here. Rodents, let's take them out. The good thing about the starting spells is that they typically don't need any magic to use. For example, Bite. If I go to it, let's see, this needs 10-10, but this also needs 10-10. Okay, my mistake. Because I know that some of this magic doesn't require any stats to use. Or maybe they do and the mod just doesn't list it as an oversight. Okay. Soul of an Unknown Traveler. Using the Grave Key brings me over here. Necromancer's Tome, and here's a statue of Velka, Goddess of Sin. I can request Absolution, but I don't have any sins. I can request Dissolution and get rid of my Hollowing, but that's not recommended at this point because I can still get some level ups from Yule. There are also some skeletons in the area. One thing that works surprisingly well as a weapon against them is the Drake Staff because it deals physical damage and blunt damage. The heavy attack of it lets you just smack enemies with it. And yeah, because it deals physical damage and scales with magic, it actually does some pretty good damage to these skeletons. I think is kind of funny, because if you have a stick, it should do decent damage if you hit an enemy with it. Especially since, well, it's a stick. What do you expect other than it doing decent physical damage upon hitting an enemy with it? I never understood that whole role-playing game stereotype of staves and rods doing horrible physical damage. You're hitting someone with a stick. It should do decent damage. It's like hitting them with a hammer. Necromancer's Dagger. It's just a dagger that scales with faith and deals magic damage. Aside from that, it's really nothing special. Crab here. My recommendation is to just spam whatever your strongest attack is. Crab doesn't seem to have noticed. Okay, now it did. Got bleeds a proc that time, which is good. Okay, down goes the crab. Sometimes they drop moderately powerful soul items. The reason why I'm taking out these crabs is because right here is the Fap Ring. Ring of Favor, Titanite Shard. There we go. Okay, something just died. I'm not sure what it was. Ring of Favor, one of my favorite rings. It increases your health, stamina, and maximum equip burden. Slightly, but it still increases them. Sometimes a slight increase is the only thing you need to stay alive. This section here just has a ton of rodents. Rodents here do moderate physical damage. they can cause bleed and toxicity buildup. Some of them drops moderate soul items for some reason. I think that emblem is toxic and not poison. Red hilted halberd, nice. If we go out here, this connects us to where, ow. This connects us to where the, Cathedral is, and where the, Covenant location here in the Undead Settlements is. Positive about blood source or blood magic, you can cause bleed to build up very quickly. The only negative is that it can sap away your health. So if you're not careful, it can kill you as quickly as it kills your enemies. That's why I'm glad that the Priest Chime gives you just a bulk heal. Blood Orb is pretty powerful too. Considering the fact that I have a bleed sword on hand, I can make quick work of these guys. Well, this is the main reason why I say that the Blood Priest is the best starting class in the game. Even though I started with the Necromancer. Simply put, with the Blood Priest, you start out with Bite and Gnaw in your kit automatically, and that is very good for the early game, since you can cause burst damage and can heal yourself at the same time. Funny how my bleed magic can hit her, but it looks like hers sometimes can't seem to hit me. Maybe bleed, due to it dealing higher damage, doesn't have as good range. But did I say bleed? I meant gnaw. So this little section coming up is a part of the Undead Settlement that normally you reach through the tower that the giant is on. But for this moment, I find it easier to reach it by simply... I think there's a shiny over here. No, there isn't. The shiny is at the top of the tower. I find it easier to reach it this way with the new scaffolding and ramps put in place by the mod. Which is very good if you want to try to run through different paths and not worry about the platforming killing you. So now then, this section here, originally you reach it from the top and you jump down to the bottom. Here's the Mira set. Pretty good armor. I'm gonna put on the soldier's crossbow just so that I can hit some corpses that have items. So anyway, from this tower, in vanilla, this scaffolding connecting the tower to the large house wasn't there, but was added in the mod. Makes it very useful to reach different portions of the area. Now then, where do I go from here? Well, anyway, there are Groot all over the place here. I don't want to deal with them. Club on that corpse. Game's already lagging, so I need to make my way through this with some degree of efficacy. Giant Groot there. Ignore him. Can't really do shit to us from here because of the building. The smaller Groot can still hit us, but the larger Groot can't. Originally, that enemy wasn't a Groot, but a demon. And Siegward would help you fight him, but Siegward was removed in this mod. A lot of the NPCs have. With the Elder Gru, easy way to take care of him is to just let him get stuck on the shelving, and he drops the Great Wood Hammer. It's a dark hammer. It's very big, very powerful. It is slow though. And here's the reason why I got the crossbow. There are corpses here. You just knock them down to get the items that they have, much like the one that has Loretta's bone. Let's see, there should be another one around here somewhere. Ah, there it is. With the soldier's crossbow, you can buy it from the Grey Rat. So one body here has the Northerner's armor. One body here has the club. I mean, not the club, the pale tongue. It's because the large club is an item you can find here. The Gru are very susceptible to bleed, so use that to your advantage. Okay, so the good thing is the frame rate is solid for right now. Let's hope I don't jinx it. I think by killing the preview, I can just... that takes care of the majority of the frame rate drops because it's less shit for my GPU to manage. Did I already get the club here? Yes, I did. The Gru Hammer is basically a conclave weapon. Deals magic damage. Scales with intelligence and faith, so that means it's a druid weapon. It's like a truck. So anyway, around here, get a homeward bone. Corpse cages here. Can easily be taken out by anything that has pierce. Good example of something that has pierce would be this rapier. Did I already get the head cage from that one? No, I didn't. Looks like I'm gonna have to go get that cage. Okay, Fading Soul. As I said, the head cages are very weak to thrust. They are also weak to bleed. Going to back away to heal. Game is lagging. Okay, there they go. Evangelist here. If I'm correct, her magic shouldn't even hit me. I didn't mean to use the lightning resin there. Blood Orb should do good damage against her, and even blood her. Good, good. Let's be careful here. So not only can you Evangelist easily kill me, but anyway, I'm just going to pause it and resume where I was. I am so sorry, I forgot that this was on BRB. I already got all the items in that house. The only two things that I missed were the Tome of Darkness and the Villain's Ring, which I both got, and now I'm heading back to the shrine. Oh, now I feel stupid. Anyway, time to show all the stuff that I got. Here are all the tomes. The Tome of Darkness was the only one I was missing. It was in that room with those corpse cages in a box. There's the Ferocious Scroll, Geomancy Scroll, Conclave Scroll, Necromancer's Tome, Holy Scroll, and Blessed Lightning Tome. So I'm just going to give all of these to their respective magic teachers, and I'm going to get some good magic from them. So Necromancy Scroll is given to Brazius the Eternal here, or Brazius the Eternal. So in a far-off land, 4 sisters sung to the souls of the dead. In absence of their lord, this was treated as final rest. It was from the power of their songs that the lost magic of Nito was replicated. Though no longer melodic, these spells use an implement that allows for more direct control. They're talking about the Milfanito from Dark Souls 2. They would sing songs to calm the dead. Conclave Scroll is a scroll used by the mages of Inheim who made the the druidic magics. They adopted a branch of magic that many found to be heretical. These spells, based on their design, allow for a new kind of magic. They manipulate a new kind of energy, the essence of life itself. Earth and Geomancy Tome is the Tome of Geomancers, who followed the demons that were cut off from the flame. Without such a power, a new school of magic was developed, infusing the lingering flames of pyromancy with the earth below. Students of such a magic could rip the earth asunder with their might, causing more damage than fire ever could. Ferocious Scroll is the Scroll of the Nameless King. The Dark Tome is the page of a Tome of Hexes that lost their power because they used both intelligence and faith, but then people wonder how the mastery of such magic could be found here in Lothric. I think it's simple. The dark and the flame are one and the same. The Ferocious Scroll is a scroll of a war god, the Lightning Tome is a tome of the miracles of the Lord of Sunlight, and the Holy Tome is a tome of the luminous miracles. So with Brazius, we give him the Necromancer's Tome, and he can give us and he can sell us other kinds of magic, like calling forth a skeleton or a thrall. Thrall sounds good. Let's see, I could get Skull Throw, or Putrid Flames. Basically, these needed a talisman to work. With the Dark Scroll, I give it to Carla.
Yeah. You. How could you? I know. I owe my life to you. Fine. But just this once, I will tell you this tale. But do understand, it will be my first time. I'll have no sniggering should I err.
Okay, the reason why she says that is because the game treats it like as though you're giving her a miracle tome. So, making it a foe to everyone. I want to try that. This is gonna bankrupt me, I just know it. So with this next one, we give it to Brazius. I mean, not Brazius, to, Oleg. And from it we can learn. I want to get Essence Strike. Summon Rock Lizard is very useful. That's one of the new summons you get with this tome. Water Dart is okay. You basically just shoot darts of water constantly at enemies. I prefer a different water magic. Living Flame Arc is good. Regrowth is also good.
Yes.
Good God, I'm gonna go bankrupt with these magics, aren't I? So with the Geomancy Tome, you give it to this guy. Master Geomancer Morox. With it, I can now learn Boulder Throw, Poison Orb, and I don't have enough souls to learn Toxic Mist. Damn it. Don't I have any usable souls I can pop? God, magic in this game is expensive. Now I have enough to learn Toxic Mist. There we go. There's some other magics I want to learn too, like Aeromancies. To learn magic easily, I think it would be a good idea to kill the Watchdog of Firelink a few times. So let's go to Attune Spells. Let's go with this, and Toxic Mist. Anyway, for next time I'm going to kill the Watchdog a few times, and I'm going to get some magic from the other magic teachers. I'll see you guys soon until then. Okay, gonna go to the end card.